Welcome to RPG Book Club Movie Nights, the podcast episodes where we watch a video game adjacent movie and talk about how it makes us feel. I am Sam Allman.
I'm Elias Sailor Eli Warren.
And I'm Maddy Webbin.
And today we will be discussing episodes 1 through 3 of Dragon Quest Dai no Daibouken, or Dragon Quest The Adventures of Dai.
That's not a movie.
It's not a movie.
You lied in the new intro.
I did.
Also, fun fact, it's actually RPG Book Club Movie Night, the podcast where two of us watched a movie, an RPG adjacent movie, how it makes us feel, and one of us, i.e. Maddy, didn't watch it, but is going to listen and talk and listen to how her friends feel.
Yeah.
I'm going to practice listening, so my therapist said to do. Joke's on you, I don't have a therapist.
But yeah, we did episodes 1 through 3 because episode 1 would have been like a 5-minute episode, and episode 3 was the end of the second arc. Episode 1 stands alone, and then 2 and 3 are the second arc, and it was really good. I highly suggest you actually go back and watch it, Maddy. It was like
I would love to.
It was like surprisingly good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
It does a lot of the stupid things that like anime or video game animes of the 90s did, where like, you know, in Pokemon where they'll like tell you how to play the game in the middle of it for no good reason, or like the original like the comic books for Sonic the Hedgehog, the original ones had like play along with your controller buttons on some of the panels. Like, it's not quite to that level, but like, he doesn't just learn a spell, he learns Mera, which is Sizz, and stuff like that. And like, they like, so much of the lore is, this was a video game, can you tell? And it's pretty cool.
I was wondering if those were all like the original Japanese names of the spells.
Yeah, I'm probably going to call them by the English names in my notes because I couldn't remember the Japanese names as I was writing my notes.
I didn't look that shit up. I was just like, that's probably whoosh.
Yeah, it was definitely whoosh. But yeah, this anime is actually the second anime based on Dragon Quest. The first one was mimicking Akira Torima's art style, and it was called Dragon Quest: The Legend of the Hero Abel. But I
think this one looked kind of Akira Toriyama-ish.
But
like, not exactly like Dragon Ball Z, but it still had that kind of
it's
like aesthetic to it.
What it like literally is the generic 1990s anime look trying to be Akira Toriyama. So it's like a little mix of both, but all the creatures and stuff they nail 100%. It just doesn't have the Dragon Ball of the face. But the Abel anime was I've heard was secretly good, but Dai no Daibouken is actually unabashedly really good. It was based on the manga of the same name, which ran in Shonen Jump from October 1989 all the way to November 1996, spanning 37 volumes. It was like a gigantic hit, and he was so successful in Japan that he actually is in Jump Force, the Shonen Jump Smash clone that just came out. So Dragon Quest Hero in Smash was actually old news because there was already a Dragon Quest Hero in Smash.
Wow, look at that.
Just not that Smash.
Not that Smash and not that Dragon Quest. It's like if you want a second degree knockoff of Dragon Quest Hero and Smash, you can play Dai in Jump Force. But
I'm still gonna congratulate our boy the Dragon Quest hero for getting into Smash because
it's huge.
Have you all used him yet?
I
haven't.
I don't have Smash, so
I haven't opened Smash. So.
I think he's great. Did y'all watch the video last week?
Yes, I did.
He's weird as shit.
Yeah, he looks like he'd be really hard to play.
Because he's got an entire goddamn spell menu. So the spell menu, it's not really like they're like, he's got the most specials of any character. It's not like he has 30 specials. It's really more like he has 3 specials because you don't use the down special because it's too confusing.
Oh.
But his neutral special is fantastic, and his side special is fantastic. So, like, he's a really great character, and then sometimes you remember, oh yeah, I should try the down special and see what happens. and then you use it for a little bit, and then you forget, and you go back to not using it. Anyway, I'm going to be a hero main because I'm committed to being a hero main, no matter what. But pretty hard to use. He runs really fast, but his attacks are slower.
Yeah. I've seen so many rage videos already of him using thwack to open the game and just win immediately.
That's very, very, very
awesome.
rare, but yes.
Yeah.
My thing is I'll get knocked out. So Kaswoosh is fantastic. It's an outrageously good recovery move. It takes a second to charge, but you actually like slow your fall while you're charging. It's like slow-mo. So it's like it doesn't take you time to charge at all. Point is, it's great. Except the problem is, I'll get knocked off the stage, and I'll be like, time to use Kaswoosh, and then it'll go, because I didn't have enough MP to cast it. It's the fucking worst.
Yeah. It looks really fun.
I don't actually know how much MP it takes. I should, in the future, like make sure I have enough MP for Kaswoosh. Yeah, he's a good time.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to. Is it DLC or do you get them automatically?
Yeah. They released a season pass.
Oh, okay.
And this is the second one after Joker from Persona 5.
I don't have money. Ha 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 ha.
I think it's like $20 or something. Luckily, I bought it ages ago, so it doesn't matter that I don't have money now. It's like, joke's on you. I already bought this. I know that the video game pre-order industrial complex is like fucked up, and it's actually a bad practice. But I kind of love pre-ordering because if I pre-order a game when I do have money, and then later I don't have money, I know that technically those two things are related, but they don't feel like they're related. And it's like a game comes out 6 months later, and it's like, hey, a free video game.
Right. As long as they don't do it the Amazon way. I hate Amazon's way because it's like, oh, you locked in this price. That's what you do by pre-ordering.
Where they don't bill you.
But you don't bill you until it's time. And so many times, like I pre-ordered Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and I ended up getting it like a week late because I didn't have money when it came out. I was like, no, I wanted to buy this on my Black Friday bonus paycheck. That's when I ordered it. Give it to me now.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Yeah. But speaking of none of that, the Able anime was licensed by Saban Entertainment for 13 English episodes, but Dai was never released in English. It was, however, released in Spanish because Spanish-speaking countries were holding down the fort when it came to anime quality in the early 90s.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
English animes were all like the Deke dub from Sailor Moon, and like all horribly atrocious. And in Mexico and Spain, they were just like, no, this shit's good. We're gonna keep it how it is. All of my friends in high school in anime club were talking about how like the first anime they watched was Saint Seiya, and they loved it. And we were like, Saint Seiya, that's that annoying one where they scream all the time, right? And they're like, no, it's that awesome one that
it was
like,
called Knights of the Zodiac in the U.S., wasn't it? Something like that.
I think at some point it got re-released as Saint Seiya because I'm familiar with it as Saint Seiya, but also I know it is Knights of the Zodiac. So
yes, it was Knights of the Zodiac in when it was first on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, and so
and they used Flock of Seagulls song for the theme.
So
no
weird.
way.
Yeah,
that's very 90s. That's a very 90s thing to have done.
I ran so far away.
Oh, really? That song? That's crazy.
Yeah, it
Great.
was pretty great.
But yeah, meanwhile in Mexico, that show was the like serious show that it was made to be.
Huh.
Yeah, and so in Spanish-speaking countries, they renamed the show to just Fly, named after the main character Fly, and that made it really hard to find information in English about this because it was crazy popular in Mexico and Spain. So it like all of the info on this anime is in Spanish, which is cool.
Great.
Yeah,
that is pretty neat.
Yeah. The anime has 2 theme songs, both of which were composed by Sugiyama himself. which is really
badass.
cool. The opening theme begins with the fanfare, but not with the main theme of it, just with the that just the very beginning part. It starts with that, and then goes into some city pop after that. But yeah, it's good. I really like it. It's slow. Like, for an anime opening, like, each episode you can skip to the 3-minute mark and you'll have finished the previously on and the intro. Like, it's out of a 23-minute show. It is a ridiculous amount of screen time dedicated to this opening, but it's awesome, so it's okay.
What's this damn show called again? Dragon Quest?
Dai no Daibouken. D-A-I.
Dai no Daibouken theme song.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. I'll listen to it later.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's now.
So, yeah, that I think is all the history I can stand to talk about. Let's talk about what happens in this damn old show.
Yeah, what happens in Dragon Quest Dai no Daibouken?
So the episode starts with a flashback to when a hero that looks a lot like Erdrick killed the demon lord, and after that, all of the monsters moved to a single island to live in peace. This boy named Dai washed ashore as a baby and has been living there ever since. He wants to be a hero, but this Master Roshi-ass character, I don't recognize what monster he's supposed to be. He looks like a foot. He's like ugly. But Dai calls him Gramps. But he wants Dai to be a mage, not a hero. So our story begins on a day when a ship comes to the island, and the ship is looking for, quote, a golden metal slime that sells for several thousand gold. And that was one of the first, like, this is from a video game, remember? You farm golden metal slimes for gold, right?
Uh-huh.
And so when they get ashore, they tell Dai that they want to protect the monsters, and they ask about the golden metal slime, whose name is Gome, for golden metal. And and Dai's like, oh, I'll go get her. And so he goes to get her, and when he comes back, all the heroes are like killing his monster friends. So
they like slice one in half.
Yeah,
it's like, really violent.
It's super violent. So they take Gome, and the mage uses whoosh on Dai, and so Dai swears to go get them. So Gramps gives them some Pokeballs to take monsters with them to fight the fake heroes. So this is not a Dragon Quest anime; it is a Dragon Quest Monsters anime. Because
when was this anime made?
1991 is when it came out. So
well before Dragon Quest Monsters.
Yeah, definitely. It's like even
the same year as Dragon Quest V, I believe.
Yeah, and like with like he literally gives them like Pokeballs, which like Pokemon wasn't out yet, so it's like this is just a weird like pre-rip-off of like 5 different things, and it's cool. But so he gives them these Pokeball-looking tubes to take monsters with them to fight the fake heroes. So then we see inside the castle of wherever, the heroes say that they were attacked on the island, but they killed all the monsters, and everyone is like, yay, we're so happy, but they're lying because they're assholes. They're not real heroes. They're just trying to prove that they are quote-unquote heroes so they can get the crown of heroes, which has some sort of magical power. So so Dai shows up in town, and he uses sweet breath from one of his monsters to knock out the priest girl named Zurban, who was there, and they try to figure out what they're up to, and he like uses a like tentacle monster, and it's very like rapey and weird.
Yeah.
But it turns out that she just tickles, or she's ticklish or something, and he just tickles her to get the stuff. What were you saying?
Did you explain how he got the monsters there with him?
In the Pokeballs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. He has little magical Pokeball tubes. And,
it's great.
So, the priest girl's like, oh, there's going to be a feast tonight. Don't mess with that, please, Scarlet. It's like, she's like, oh, there's going to be a feast tonight where they're all giving us the, they're going to give us the crown of heroes, and so Dai goes to the party, and he basically just opens every Pokeball to unleash monsters on the feast. So the sage and the warrior try to stop him, but he has the power of Pokemon, so they can't. So then the fake Erdrick-looking guy says that he has no weaknesses, and he sword fights with Dai, who only at this point has a stick. He doesn't even have a sword yet. The king says...
He has a cypress stick.
Yeah, he has a cypress stick. So then the king is show compassion, but Erdrick says that Dai is bad and doesn't deserve any compassion. So then Dai ends up stealing the sword from Erdrick, and he's about to win, but then Zerbon shows up and is threatening the slimes, like has one of them in a bag, like about to stab it. And so Erdrick takes the opportunity to grab Dai, who throws this magic ball, which is different from the Pokeballs that he has. He has, like, the Pokeballs are these little tubes, look like film canisters, but this one was like was said to be special by Gramps. So there's this magic ball. So he throws it into the sky, and it turns into a king slime, which then lands on Erdrick, and he can't get up. So then Dai then puts Erdrick into the Pokeball and sends him off to jail. And so then, for being a true hero, the king gives Dai the hero's crown. And it's...
Hell yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
All in one episode.
All in one episode. Yeah, it's action-packed for episode 1. So then, episode 2 and 3 are... So episode 2's title, I love. It's called I Won't Let You Die, Princess Leona, which is such a great name for an escort quest. But, so the episode starts with Dai training magic, and yet another ship shows up, and so Gramps goes to look at the ship, and he says, "Oh, that's not any ship. It's a sage's ship. A sage is a person that masters all of the magic of mages and priests." And I'm like, "Yeah, I've played Dragon Quest 3. I know what a sage is." And so
but first you gotta get to level 20, and then you have to find the sage's book from the top of that tower.
Yeah.
or be a gadabout.
Yeah. So the sage is Princess Leona, who Eli noticed something about her voice actor.
Immediately recognized her as Sailor Mercury, Aya Hisakawa.
Nice.
I'm really good at picking out voice actors from things that I watch and am obsessed with. So, I was really excited about that.
Yeah, she is my girlfriend. I love Princess Leona so much. She is turning 14, which means she's about to be, instead of just princess, to become lady in waiting. So she needs to do this ritual where she meets the earth god in a cave that's on the island. Some of the people she's with is like, we haven't done that in centuries, and she's like, yeah, but I want to be legit when I take over the throne or whatever. And so the cave on the island is super volcanic, and Gramps tells Dai to go, even though he gets a bad vibe from Leona. So they're going on their little quest, and in the forest, Dai tells Leona that he can't do any magic despite making the pact for it, And one of the when she's like, "Oh, what magic can you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I can't do any magic." And she's like, "What? You're so strong. You can't do any magic." And the guard is like, "Princess Leona, obviously Dai is so strong that if he had made a pact to be able to do the magic, he would be able to do it." And Dai's like, No, I've made lots of packs. I just suck." And it's great. So she is like, well, a hero needs to be armed with more than a cypress stick, so she gives him this knife to fight with, and it feels like that knife is probably going to be important, because like the camera lingers on it for a while, and it has a really interesting design, but so far it's just a knife. But then right after she does that, this giant scorpion attacks the party, and Dai is like, "This isn't a scorpion from the island, this is a demon scorpion. What the hell?" And so he jumps in to fight it, but and he ends up winning. But in the battle, Leona gets hurt with some poison, and Dai doesn't know Squelch. So he's like, "Oh, I need to get her back to Gramps, but I can't." And so it turns out that her keepers were trying to get her killed. So he is fighting. Can't remember his name. He looks like the male character from Dragon Quest IV. Is what his design looks like. But and so he ends up fighting him and gets his butt kicked. So Dai and Leona fall into this cave, and they can't get out. So then the keepers are like, "We're super evil as shit, and we've actually hollowed out this killing machine monster to be a Gundam, and we're going to use it to kill all the monsters on the island, and then also kill Leona so that we can put whoever we want on the throne." So that was episode 2. Big cliffhanger.
That's
there.
bad.
Yeah, that's super bad. So then
I'm not for it.
No, me neither. So then episode 3 starts, and Dai refuses to let Leona die, and then he basically goes into the Avatar state and accidentally kazapples the whole mountain like in half. So now there's a big hole so he can get out. So he carries Leona down to the beach so that Gramps can heal her. But her keepers are there on the beach with their whole Gundam thing, and they're pissed that he survived. So they attack. And he does this spell that's called Baggy Cross in there. I don't know which spell that is in the game.
That doesn't sound like a spell from Dragon Quest.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. But so he does a spell. It looks kind of like Kaswoosh, but it's like it goes in like an X form. So I don't know. But they might have made it up. But so Dai does that spell, and it like fucks up all the keepers except for the one in the Gundam. But then he snaps out of the Avatar state and doesn't remember doing any magic. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I fell asleep." And everyone's like, "No, you didn't." And so the killing machine wasn't affected by Baggy Cross, so he tries to fight it by hand, and he keeps losing because he has a knife versus a Gundam. And
never bring a knife to a Gundam fight.
Yeah, you don't. That's rule number 1. So he keeps losing, but then he shoves his knife into an access panel there on its front, which was its weakness. And Dragon Quest IV guy was like, "Oh, you were aiming for that the whole time. I thought you were just feigning ignorance." And Dai doesn't respond, but I'm pretty certain that Dai was just being stupid because he's stupid. But so he stabs it through the access port, and it like shocks him. So then he goes into another Avatar state and uses Cussizzle, and the fire goes through that access port, and it burns the guy, not to death, because it opens up and he walks out, and he's like, you know, in like Bugs Bunny cartoons where a bird will get set on fire and it'll be a roast turkey behind it.
Hell yeah!
It's basically that,
or in Breath of the Wild. Yeah,
it's basically that, but with the guy on the other side. And so they're taken onto the ship to be put in prison by Leona's trusted guards, and Gramps uses Squelch to heal Leona. So then Leona sticks to her guns, and even though the whole thing was fake, her and Dai still go down to the temple in the cave to finish the ceremony. So she becomes officially lady in waiting. And she tells Dai that since he's getting better at magic, he can, when he grows up, he can be her bodyguard. And he goes, "Oh God, no! I don't want to do that." And so then, finally, right before the credits to this scene, we get a creepy shot of the island at night, and you hear the Dark Lord laugh because the next 3 episodes are about the Dark Lord showing up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How ominous.
So ominous. And that's where we stopped. We just did 3 instead of the original 6 I had planned. Because I didn't want to watch anymore. I wanted...
Y'all should have done 6. I would have totally been down to not watch 6 episodes instead of not watching 3.
But yeah.
I mean, I was almost
tight.
down to not watch 3, but I finally was like, alright, I gotta fucking do this.
Yeah.
I'm looking at pics right now, and yeah, I'm looking at like a promotional poster where they're all, oh, which one is it? I was just looking at it. Which one is it? Darn it, it was just here. Here it is. If you just Google Dragon Quest Daibouken, it's like the 9th or 10th image. They're all like, the characters are all posing dramatically in front of like a purple like background like castle. And it's really funny because yeah, I'm looking at it and like Dai clearly is like Dragon Quest hero. He's still drawn though, definitely in that like earlier, like that early 80s kind of big hair, like what's it called? Like Josie and the Pussycats ass style, which I know isn't Japanese, but they have some similar style there. But he still is clearly like, yeah, that's Dragon Quest hero, but it's also kind of weird because of the style. But the rest of the characters are just straight up not at all. The rest of the characters are just like, yeah, this is an 80s anime.
Yeah,
it's cool. I really like all of them.
Yeah, Princess Leona, like especially looks just like some anime chick from the 90s. And
she's the blonde one, by the way.
She's the oh, okay. I like the green girl with the black hair. She's got that like.
I think that might be a guy.
No, it's a girl. She's in the opening, but isn't in the episode yet.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, what an interesting. It's just the art style. Like it looks great, but it's also like messing with my brain.
Yeah, because it's
like it's Dragon Quest, but not. But yeah,
it's awesome. So Eli, did you have any memorable moments you wanted to talk about from these episodes?
I didn't consider that.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't know if there were any jokes that stuck out to you or anything, because this anime is hilarious.
It is really good. I'm really impressed by it. It was very engaging, and it like even at the times where it felt like, oh, this is an anime about a video game, and they're doing video game things, it was still like, all right, they're making this plausible, they're making it believable in the world, and they're
so
not,
it's not
like,
Pokemon.
No, it's not. It's not where they sit there in episode 1 and talk about type matchups, but then because Pikachu believes in itself, it can still Thundershock Onyx to get the stone badge.
Yeah. I mean, this is a story about a kid who's being taught magic, but he doesn't want to learn magic because he thinks heroes aren't magicians. But he doesn't seem to realize that Dragon Quest heroes are all magicians.
Well, actually, at this time, it was about half and half.
Really?
Yeah, because this would have been when Dragon Quest V was coming out around now. So I guess when the manga started in '89. So yeah, it would be because in Dragon Quest II, heroes don't use magic at all. So
gotcha.
It's like at the time, could have been half and half. Who knows?
Yeah.
But now they are definitely like strictly better than sages.
Yeah.
But
I thought the monster designs were neat. I liked that it was just like, he's a kid who got dropped off on an island by himself, and all the monsters took care of him. Like, he's got 1 million moms and dads.
That's like kind of the Dragon Ball thing, but instead of it being like he's an alien whom has amnesia, it's just like, oh, he's like a feral child.
Yeah.
But it's still got that same like naive idiot Goku sort of vibe.
Yeah, he's definitely a Goku.
Gomei-chan is cute.
Gomei-chan is so cute.
I love her.
I love Gomei-chan.
She just goes me.
So I was trying to look up who Gramps, like what monster he is, but no one knows. He's just this weird ass toe.
He's just Gramps.
Just Gramps.
Oh, okay, actually, now that I'm looking at the characters in more detail, the green character is definitely a. Oh, these characters are all low-key references to Dragon Quest IV.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they definitely are. The girl, her outfit looks kind of like Elena or Alyona or however you want to pronounce it, if you're pronouncing it in English or Russian, because she's clearly supposed to be Russian, from Dragon Quest IV, and her little tunic. And then the green guy is totally Kirill from Dragon Quest IV, and then the old man with the pink armor is definitely the very famous old man, sort of Scottish warrior with the pink armor from Dragon Quest IV, whose name is Ragnar, and he's a cutie pie, and everyone loves him. So, okay, yeah. This is like, hey, remember Dragon Quest IV? You like that game, right?
Yeah.
Except the hero is more like Erdrick from 3.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, I really liked all of the throwbacks like that, like the fact that the hero of old was literally Erdrick in the flashback was really, really cool. According to the wiki, he becomes like a character later, and you actually get to meet him, which is cool. Yeah, so what's crazy is none of the characters that we have met are listed on the wiki, even as like supporting cast. Like this anime / manga goes in some crazy directions and like develops hugely. So all of these things that like I'm like, oh, I want to know more about Gramps. They're like, Gramps who gives a shit? Like you have Dark Lords and heroes,
right?
And
it's like this bitch only exists for like 2 episodes.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks really good. I'm probably going to finish it eventually. I don't know if I'll switch over to the manga or keep watching the anime, just because I have more reading time than I do watching anime time. But it was
how many volumes is the manga?
It is 37 tankobon volumes.
Are they collected in some ways?
Not in English, so I would be reading a fan translation of it. But
oh, the manga didn't come out in English either. Okay, yeah, I understand now. I thought it had.
Yeah. I at least don't think it has. I didn't see that.
So you're saying I probably cannot obtain it from my local library?
You probably cannot obtain it from your local library.
Damn.
But well, actually, maybe they might have an import section. Ours has Death Note in Chinese, so anything can happen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Remember to support libraries, kids.
Yeah, libraries are awesome and socialist, so you should do it. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what. There was this one particular joke that I wanted to mention, but I can't remember it. So, whatever. I remember like,
then I guess never mind.
I remember being like, I won't write that in the notes. I'll put that in memorable moments, and then waited 2 weeks to watch the rest of the episodes, so I don't remember it at all. But,
silly, ridiculous.
But yeah, this anime ruled, and everyone should watch it. It is kind of hard to find on the internet, but if you try hard enough and believe in yourself, you can find it. And
hell yeah.
You don't even have to believe in yourself. Believe in the us who believes in you.
That's right.
Exactly. Sam, go ahead and fill everybody in for what's going on, what's happening next. Oh, yeah. And also fill us in on those of us who didn't get to go to the con.
Yeah. So this morning, as in while I was connected to Google Hangouts and waiting for you guys to connect, I uploaded the first episode of our Cosmic Game Fest interviews, which is really cool. They're out of order because I was trying to make the 2 days the same length, and so we talk with this guy Joseph is the third interview you hear, and we talk about the 5 interviews before it. So ignore the order. It is movie magic. But yeah, so I put the first one up, and it was super duper cool. The con was like super awesome. So what we had for our table setup is we had my computer monitor with my Raspberry Pi plugged in, playing the new fan translation of Sailor Moon, which I gotta say, me and Eli will have to replay Sailor Moon and do a follow-up episode.
Yeah, I kind of want to as well.
It's way too damn good now. It's like, because not only did they fix all of the translation issues, they also put in a grind begun patch, so you're not getting in a fight every 2 steps, and they doubled your experience points from all of the fights. So it's like awesome, and
it feels good.
And if you were to play it again, you would understand how the link point system works.
Absolutely.
Sooner than at the very end of the game, like we did last time.
Yes, exactly. And then the game also has cheat codes that I didn't know they had. They're like on the cart cheat codes, because of course you had cheat codes in the 90s. But if you hold X and press start, you start at level 16, which is enough to do damage cap. So you just start the game doing damage cap.
Oh my god. And
so it'll be a breeze to play through it again to check out the translation. So I kind of really want to do it. But yeah, so we had that set up, which was awesome because every Sailor Moon fan would stop and be like, what the heck is this game? I didn't know there was a Sailor Moon game. And we're like, take our card and then we'll talk to you. But yeah, so we had business cards that we handed out. We had a physical CD, which looks awesome. You can buy the physical CD online if you want to check it out. The front of it is our new art that Eli drew, and the back of it is the Persona 3 pause menu, but with us on it. And all the things changed to be about the podcast and not Persona 3, which is cool. But
yes.
So we had the TV, we had the CD, we then had our microphone set up to record the interviews, and then we had a big bowl of, quote, rare candy that the first day it was a joke because we had some import Mexican candy that I got from Walmart. The second day it was just Jolly Ranchers because they were cheap.
Yeah, that was what I found, and I was like, this is something that people will eat. I'll get this.
This is rare candy now.
This is rare candy now. I still have the bowl full of candy on my counter in my kitchen because Summer doesn't eat candy very often, and Scarlett should not eat candy very often.
Yeah, I was about to say, you gotta keep that out of the way so Scarlett doesn't just go nuts.
Yeah, so it'll probably be here till I die. But yeah, so it was really, really cool. We met a lot of really cool people, so definitely check out those episodes. Big shout out to Joseph, who came by and talked to us like several times. He was the one that said that Metal Gear Solid is his favorite RPG. And,
oh yeah.
And then
Joseph, you're valid.
And then bigger shout out to Francesco from the Discord, who flew down from New York to come and see us.
Just to see us, nothing else.
You're valid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not just to see us and not to see his friends or go to Classic Game Fest that he goes to most years, and definitely not to get his collector's edition of .hack GU. That's not.
Nope.
That's not what he was doing.
Just us.
Yes, that was the only reason. You're welcome.
But yeah, since he flew down, we gave the CD to Francesco because, like, he deserves it.
Yes.
But yeah, it was super duper cool. And the first day we went, we got like 120 new subscribers.
Yeah.
Which was insane.
Hell yeah.
It was
Hope we don't
fucking
post
crazy.
cringe.
Oh, too bad. So the day after, we also got 120 hits, and I was freaking out. But we actually got about 60 hits because I had put us on Stitcher, and Stitcher downloads from our RSS feed and re-uploads it to their doohickey. So all of those downloads were just from Stitcher. They weren't actually
duplicated.
They weren't actually real people.
You hate to see it.
But we still got 120 hits that first day, which is
hell yeah,
badass.
bitch.
I, for one, am looking forward to the RPG Book Club cringe compilations on YouTube.
Oh
God.
There probably are some.
It's just every time it's just me and Sam constantly referencing Homestuck.
Yeah. Oh, one thing that was awesome is
I'm the one who made the cringe compilations.
No.
That's why every time we're recording, we hear Eli's mechanical keyboard going off every now and then. He's not typing up something. He's posting.
These fucking nerds.
He's
betrayed by those closest to us.
Yeah. But
hey, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right?
Yeah. One thing that was awesome at Classic Game Fest was without like forcing it to happen, everyone talked about all of our normal things when they came up. Like Metal Gear was brought up, World of Warcraft was brought up, Dragon Quest was brought up, Ghost Lion was brought up, Sailor Moon was brought up.
So funny.
Undertale was brought up.
We're definitely gonna play Ghost Lion at some point, even more so than before.
Yeah, we have to. It's great. But yes, it's like the only one that didn't happen was Homestuck, but there were a couple people that probably were Homestucks. It's just Homestucks don't talk about it in public after.
You didn't tell people. Let me tell you about Homestuck. SMDH. Come on, Sam.
I should have.
That's like our secondary sub mission of the podcast is to continue proselytizing Homestuck. Even though it's the year goddamn 2019.
I should have wore my Dave shirt instead of my RPG Book Club shirt. But yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. It was way more fun than I thought it was going to be, which like sounds pessimistic of me, but I really thought that like no one was going to come by. We were going to get maybe one or two people to talk to us, no interviews, but like, because like I've been to conventions, I know the people that are there for info booths and not selling booths don't get any business whatsoever. Like I've been the one that like won't make eye contact with them, just like take a card because I feel bad or something. Like like at anime conventions, the Funimation booth, like you're just there because you support anime. You're not there to sell me anything, so I'll take a card and I'll leave.
They're like, y'all heard about anime?
Well, we had some people who do podcasts themselves or YouTube, and they came by and chatted with us, and that was really cool. Shout out to Coach.
Yeah. Coach looks exactly like what Lawrence Fishburne, like.
Yeah.
The bearded Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, he does.
Is exactly right.
He was really great. And he was talking about potentially collaborating, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it was a whole lot of fun. Next up on our RPG Book Club docket, besides finishing the CGF episodes, we'll be launching into our new game, Cosmic Star Heroine, which I've played a little bit of so far, and it's interesting. It is unabashedly linear right now, which is awesome because...
Good, I don't want to think about things.
I don't want to think about things.
Life is hard. I just want to hit buttons.
Yeah, and so far it's all about hitting buttons, but we're going to be playing the first 3 chapters. I don't know if this will be like Chapter 1 end, Chapter 2 start, or if it'll just be like when you save, the chapter will update. I'm still in Chapter 1, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But the first person to join your party is a gunmancer, which is where you use magic, but it's all guns. So I'm pretty excited for this stupid ass game.
It's like the Tumblr post I saw the other day about how cowboys are witches, but with guns, and horses are their familiars.
Oh.
I mean, you're not wrong.
that tracks, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're going to be recording that episode on Monday. So you'll probably see it sometime in the next year. Depends. I have 2 more episodes to edit between now and then, so we'll see how all of that happens. But yeah, it'll be fun and exciting. That game is only going to be 4 to 5 episodes long because I think there's only 13. I think there's only 13 chapters in it, so it's not very long at all. So you'll also be hearing what our game voting machinery after that will be, which I'm super excited about.
It's going to be real exciting. Yeah, it's going to be great. As usual, those of you on the Discord probably already know what we're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I'm definitely excited.
We're bad at not talking about it.
Yeah,
we really are.
I'm so glad we don't have anything like safety critical that we have to not talk about because.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think because part of it's because part of it is like it's not like it's so even has to be a secret, because like we want our fans to be involved. So it's like, if we're not sure something's a good idea or not, we'll just see what people think about it. Because what if it's a stupid idea? You know,
it's probably a stupid idea, because I mean we made it up.
especially if I came up with it.
Yeah, but yeah, so we are officially starting year 2, starting on Monday. If you've been paying attention, we are over halfway through our second year, so...
Year 1 was very long.
Year 1 was really long. I have a couple of short game ideas, so maybe we'll get back on track and try and get better at sticking to a year, but who gives a shit? Years can just be 4 games, a sellout game, and a best of the rest. That is what a year is. So it'll always be.
It's just like how a family can just be 2 dads and a dog. A year can be four short games and a sellout.
Yeah, that's a year.
Ours is 2 dads, 3 cats, and a snake. So
yeah. But yeah, so that will do it. Eli needs to go and
break up the cat fight that's happening outside my door.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
And then also get your teeth poked at. But,
yes.
But, yeah, so...
That's secondary to breaking up the fucking cat fight.
Good luck with teeth.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So, that will do it for the week. If you like what you hear, you can consider donating to our Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/rpgbookclub, or checking out all of our other links, which are online at www.rpgbook.club. It has links to our Spreadshirt, which has a new design featuring the new podcast logo. I'm also putting up a hat that has the logo on it soon, and
nice.
It'll be some cool stuff. We'll also, me and Eli both vowed at CGF to make more designs, some for buttons, some for shirts. So if you've been wanting a shirt but you hate our logo and you're not the #1 Junpei stan, then good news, we'll have new shit coming up soon.
Yeah,
but,
that was like the first button design. I was like, we need a #1 Junpei stan button.
Yeah, because like that's it. Because like, is that design something you want on a whole shirt? Maybe not, but on a button, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you want to.
Speaking of which, I need more quotes from RPG Book Club that we can put on buttons and things.
Yeah, so if you guys know any, you can drop us a line, tell us about them on Twitter or on our email.
You can email us a whole list.
Yeah, just send us hundreds of your favorite stupid quotes. And then if you guys love us, you can review us on iTunes, which helps, like, all of the algorithms are kind of based on iTunes plays. The more you review us, the more people see us, the more people listen to us, the higher we go in the rankings, and more people can come and join our little family that's just 3 dads. If you don't feel like doing that, just tell some friends to check us out. And also, we have ungodly amounts of business cards left, so if you want an RPG Book Club business card, just drop us a line and let us know, and I'll mail you one, because I have like 1,000. So
yeah, so many.
Yeah. So as always, I am Sam Allman.
I'm Elias Sailor Eli Warren.
And I'm Maddy.
And this has been RPG Book Club Movie Nights edition. Have a good rest of your week, folks.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
And so same thing happened here. What, Scarlett? You're a ballerina? Yeah. You want me to help you put it on? There you go. Yeah, go play in your room, okay, baby? So, the episode starts. If you want to sit with me, you have to be quiet. Can you be quiet, Scarlett? Okay. And hold on, I have to fix Dora the Explorer for Scarlett. Alright, go play in your room, Scarlett, please. Daddy's almost done, okay? Just a second, I'll be done in a second. So the more you review us, Scarlett's playing my bass guitar right now. But